What's up? What's up? Straight to the point. Please hit the like button, sub to the channel. If you're not a member, also hit them notifications too. Um, we got a lot to go in on. More preseason action last night, and what everybody was anticipating was the Lakers versus the Warriors. Let me say this before I get started, and shout out to the whole entire Lions Den basketball as well as boxing community, and salute to all of my subs that's been rocking with me day ones as well as my new subs. What's up, Ted? All right, now the Warriors ended up beating the Lakers 111 to, I think it was 99, 98, 99, 96, something like that. Really don't matter. Really a poor display of basketball with the exception of AD. AD was hooping. Dalton Connect, I thought Dalton Connect was real aggressive. But last night was pretty much an indication of how the season is going to be. Okay. The Warriors, what you have to understand is the Warriors, everybody talk about, oh, it's just preseason, The Warriors haven't lost a game. And what that could be a tell sign of is they're building their bench up, and they're building weapons up in terms of their second unit and the rest of their roster. This is what LeBron wanted. You wanted a guy that doesn't have any experience. I know everybody, they sit here and they say, oh, it's just preseason. Preseason is an indication. Okay, the season is an indication. And it's an indication of what's going to take place after February, unless, of course, the team has any trades by the trade deadline. Please hit the like when you come in here. Double tap the screen. We all can see how this is going to be. This is what Jeannie Buss wanted. This is what Rob Pelinka wanted. This is what LeBron James wanted. Okay, such a poor display of a product on the floor. Yeah, they all did, Ted. And for people to sit up here and say that, preseason is not important and all this other stuff. Well, I want to hear people say that in June. I want to hear people say that in February. Then you'll look back and you'll be like, okay, my approach should have been much different. I should have took the preseason just as serious as I take the playoffs. Because you don't see Zach Edey saying, oh, I'm not taking the preseason serious. You don't see Anthony Edwards saying, I'm not taking the preseason serious. You don't see Ja Morant saying, I'm not taking the preseason serious. You don't see Victor Wembanyama saying, I'm not taking the preseason serious. Those guys were going hard last night. The Heat and the Spurs, Victor Wembanyama, listen, I'm going to talk about him in another video, but all I'm going to say is he's coming. He's not playing no games. He said scrimmages can get a read on your opponents before you face them in the season. Right. So yeah, that's good logic right there. And the thing about it is too, please hit the like when you come in here. Double tap the screen or hit the three dots at the right corner. Please hit the like when you come in here. Um, that's exactly right, Chad, and I agree with that. And the thing that we also have to understand is that when it comes to scrimmages and practice and stuff like that, practices and scrimmages and workouts are supposed to be harder than the actual game. That's why guys like Kobe and Jordan always said that preparation was much harder. Their workouts were much harder, and it made the game easy. And that's how it is supposed to be. That's how it's supposed to be. But we know what era we're in, this era where nobody's taking anything serious. I don't like when people say, "Oh yeah, it's just the preseason, give it time," and all this other stuff, or it's just the season or anything like that. If you said that around Jordan, if you said that around Kobe, if you said that around Kareem, Magic, Bird, Isaiah, any of those guys, you were going to exit the team because your approach got to be better, especially if you don't have a secure roster spot. There's guys on there that their place isn't secure. The only people on the roster that's secure is AD and LeBron. But I like the way that I mean some positives that I can see is that AD he is going to work, but we all expected that. You can see AD is trying to take control of that mantle, but JJ really doesn't have any. He doesn't have a clue about the NBA game, man. I mean, in terms of coaching, you can see that Kerr, and I'm not a Steve Kerr fan, but he's been coaching for quite some time. He was coaching circles all around JJ, and coming into this game, a lot of people felt like the Lakers had a chance against the Warriors. I guess everybody thinks that since Clay has left, the Warriors are going to go downhill or something like that. No, that's not the case. I keep telling people you got Kuminga. I keep telling people you still got Steph Curry. We'll see how Buddy Hield work out. It seems to be working out so far. I don't call them no splash brothers or nothing like that, because that can never be duplicated. You said sounds are looking, or scouts are looking at preseason games for players to pick up. Yeah, and that brings me up to another point. Quincy Oliveri, he's going to get picked up by somebody. It's a crying shame that he should not be playing. And the Lakers have only one preseason due to his shooting. He's going to get picked up by somebody. Nah, we got enough guards on our roster, so that we're looking for bigs. We need bigs and another front court player, because Paul George, he's already showing that he can't be relied upon. Even though that it was just diagnosed as a bone bruise. Even though that it was just diagnosed as a bone bruise and no structural damage, he's still showing, a sign of age. I'm talking about Paul George. Come on now. So I mean, I would love to have him. I would love to have him. Well, I'm not gonna say in place of Lowry. We need Lowry. I'm not gonna lie. We do need Lowry. We need him. We need his facilitating. We need his basketball intellect, and we need his championship pedigree. Well, I mean, he 30. I mean, he's 34, and he's an older 34. Every time he turn around, he's getting hurt too. If we're gonna give the smoke to Embiid, we definitely got to give the smoke to Paul George in terms of every time he turns around, there's like a knick-knack injury happening. Now I'm not gonna really go in on Paul George. You know what I'm saying? Because that that type of stuff happens. I mean, hyperextensions are that shit happens. It could have happened. It could have happened with somebody falling on his knee or something like that. Sort of like when I remember it was a while back when Paul Pierce hyperextended his leg, and it was because of another player falling on his leg or whatnot. So some of that stuff it is without a player's control. But you said Bobo. Nah, as much as I like Bobo, and I like Bobo coming into the league, but and I was an advocate. I was pushing for Bobo. I was pushing for Bobo and Taco Fall. I wanted them on our roster at one point, but Bobo is just he's not panning out like how I thought it was. And what hurt him was injuries coming in. When he came from Oregon, he was hurt too. So as much as I like Bobo, when he got with the Nuggets, of course he wasn't getting a lot of playing time, but we understand why, because every time he turned around there was something wrong with him, and then he was doing somewhat good with the Magic when he started getting some burn, but he wasn't getting recognized. But nah, man. What's up, Alex? I see you in here, man. Yeah, he worried about Instagram models and prostitutes and stuff. We know that he can't pull a regular female or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So he worried about IG thoughts and stuff like that. letting women use him for his money and all that other stuff, man. He's not focused on no game, man. What is the truth? Listen, man. When he came out of high school, you don't understand. I was a Bobo fan with him and Sharif O'Neal. When they were playing together, once upon a time, man. Cause listen, man, Bobo used to come in killing, man. Like you had never seen, like what you see from Victor Wembanyama. And Shaquille O'Neal was right. Bobo was Victor Wembanyama, but the thing about Victor Wembanyama, he's showing the ability. He's showing promise. He's leading the league in blocks. He's putting up a double double. He's actually staying healthy. He's not coming in unhealthy. He's not coming in, every time he turn around, it hurt. He's not coming in helter skelter on the court. You don't hear about Victor Wembanyama messing around with females and all this other stuff. And you hear about Victor Wembanyama being in the gym. You hear about Victor Wembanyama getting ready for the season. You hear about Victor Wembanyama trying to compete in the next league. You hear about Victor Wembanyama competing in the Olympics. You hear about Victor Wembanyama in the championship game against the U.S. That's what you hear about Victor Wembanyama. Y'all want to hear about like entertainment. It's just like what Dame Lillard said. He said the NBA it seemed like it's just entertainment. Well, that's because y'all a lot of the players are trying to make it that way. But you have some guys that really care about the sport. Anthony Edwards, he cares about the sport regardless of the stupid shit that he says. Victor Wembanyama, he cares about the sport. Steph Curry, he still cares about the sport. And you know what that tells me? He tells me that losing hurts. That's you know that's what you're supposed to do. If you really care about the game and you care about it, then players can actually see that. Like look at last night, man. I was more entertained by the Heat and the Spurs game than the Lakers and the Warriors game. Like that's how you're supposed to compete. Bam Adebayo and Jimmy Butler, they didn't care if it was preseason. Hell, Chris Paul, even at 40 years old, now we don't know how he's gonna pan out or if his body's gonna hold up for the duration of the season. But uh, even Chris Paul was playing with a sense of urgency, even though it was preseason. But Bronny James, he only had 2 points. Just a horrible shooting, horrible shooting, man. Um, but this is what he's gonna go through. He only had 2 points. He was on a drive and a layup, and people were actually cheering for him, like like they were really wanting this guy to hit a three. You know, salute. I heard rumors Quincy gonna get out, and they're gonna keep Brian. No, it's not a rumor. It's true. You said I love the way Kaminga and Moody been playing. But yeah, but y'all said I was capping about that. Y'all said I was capping. Nobody wanted to hear me when I said that the next guy that should take over is Jonathan Kaminga. No, it's like nobody wanted to listen to anything I had to say. Jonathan Kaminga is for real. Is he gonna shoot like goddamn Steph Curry? No, he's not. If you're looking for anybody to replace Steph Curry, you're you're gonna be led astray and you're gonna be very disappointed. There's nobody for right now that I can see that remotely is going to be able to duplicate what Steph Curry is able to do. But in terms of a player, in terms of him having a good player stock, in terms of him driving to the basket, in terms of him slashing, in terms of him being able to carry a team, I could see that in Jonathan Kaminga. He could defend. He could do a multitude of things. You don't need everybody to be. Oh yeah, he got to be Steph Curry in order to carry on the mantle. You got to look towards the future when you talk about the Warriors, and it's everybody's not gonna be a Steph Curry. Everybody ain't gonna be a Kobe Bryant. Everybody ain't gonna be a Michael Jordan. Everybody ain't gonna be no Kareem. Everybody ain't gonna be a Shaquille O'Neal. Everybody ain't gonna be a goddamn fucking uh, uh, damn fucking Giannis or somebody like that. I'm talking about guys that won championship or Larry Bird or some shit like that. If you're trying to look for that player, but Jonathan Kaminga, he has his own style. Y'all look at You got to look at basketball. I'm not talking about you, Alex, but I'm talking about just everybody in general. This era, the way that y'all look at basketball is so one dimensional. It's crazy. Y'all look at the game one dimensional. Y'all look at it one fucking way, man. One fucking way. That's why Bronny isn't successful. That's why guys aren't lasting in the league. You look at it one-dimensional, tunnel vision. No, you have to look at basketball in a multitude of ways, on and off the court. You have to look at real-life situations. Why do you think Dante DeVecino was mad? He's mad because not only did you take away the continuity of possibly winning a championship or being a contender with the Knicks, okay? You're taking away the continuity of them guys that used to play together at Villanova. So they already knew each other's game. You don't think that those guys go to the gym in the off season and work out? If you played in high school, okay, you usually go back to your high school with some of your teammates that you played with or whatever, and y'all still play together. If you played like North Carolina, all the Tar Heel alumni, they still hoop together. Rasheed Wallace, Vince Carter, Michael Jordan, Jerry Stackhouse, James Worthy when he was playing and stuff like that, Sam Perkins, all them guys, they would go back to Carolina and hoop. So they still got continuity together. So you put them guys on the New York Knicks, you got a Mikal Bridges, you got a Josh Hart, you got a Jalen Brunson, and you got a DeVecino. You got 4 guys right there that already know each other and they done won championships. You gotta look at the game multitude of ways. Like I said about Bronny, okay? Hey, everybody can call him trash and rightfully deserved. He's playing like shit. But, there is a but. Man, 6'2" ain't never stopped nobody. 6'2" ain't stopped John Morant. 6'2" ain't stopped Stephon Marbury. Six foot ain't stop Iverson. 6 foot ain't stop Isaiah Thomas. 5'7" ain't stop Bud Webb. 5'6", 5'7" ain't stop. Didn't stop. Hold on, y'all. You know, man, like, all you got to do is have a good pull-up and work it with consistency. The key to a good pull-up, look at a guy like Carmelo Anthony. But even though he was 6'8" and everything, but Bronny got to be ready to shoot. Like, you shouldn't even be worried about no goddamn PlayStation, none of that shit. Like, if you want your son in the league that bad, nigga, you gotta be harder on him. If you want him to be Anthony Edwards or a goddamn John Morant, SGA, any of these other guards that'll come in there and just do it with ease and light them up, even a Kuminga or something like that, man, you got to be in that motherfucker working. Do you think Kobe would allow that motherfucker to be out there like that? No, he wouldn't. And you talk about Detroit, Alex. You talk about Detroit. You think Isaiah Thomas is going to go out there and allow a guy playing next to him playing like shit? You think Jalen Rose, let's talk about Michigan. You think Jalen Rose, a supremely gifted point guard that can play the 1, 2, and the 3, is going to allow some bullshit on the court like that? You're supposed to be getting ready. This This ain't nothing but a goddamn circus. Genie busted wide open. That's what the fuck her mentality is. You sitting on, man, you having her on the goddamn panel, Dwight Howard. You need to tell that bitch to get the fuck up out of there. She don't know what the fuck she doing. You ruining the product of the NBA. It doesn't even look entertaining. I'm not gonna be all poor baby, all poor boy, and none of that other shit. No. Do I put the blame on him? No. But this is what the fuck you wanted. You up in there, oh man, he's a grown man. He can answer his own question. No, you answer the goddamn question. You the one that wanted this shit. You wanted a motherfucker that ain't got no goddamn experience whatsoever. That means I could go up in that motherfucker and coach. I might not have all the X's and O's and shit, but I certainly wouldn't have him looking like that. My coaches would coach circles around JJ. Man, yeah, she worried about that BBC and all that other shit, man. Man, would you get somebody in there that know how to run shit? You'll never be on the level of a goddamn Jerry West. Never. Yeah, turn into TMZ and ET and just a big ass soap opera. Yeah, they had soap operas back in the days, but they were winning. They had soap operas back in the day, but guess who they had to keep some sort of balance in that motherfucker? They had a Pat Riley. You had a James Worthy. You had a Magic Johnson. You had a Byron Scott. Why you think Byron Scott was able to go to the finals? Yeah, he didn't get over the hump, but people hated Byron Scott, but they loved him at the same time because the motherfucker knew how to coach. No, they don't. They let them do what they want. Oh, but y'all cry about Tibbs. Oh, he's running them to the ground. He's running them to the ground, man. Tibbs ain't got shit on Pat Riley. What you think Pat Riley used to do? Oh, he ran Derrick Rose to the ground and all this other bullshit. Nah, man, he didn't run his goddamn ass to the ground. Derrick Rose didn't know how to take care of his goddamn body. And I'm not making no excuses for that nigga. And I love Derrick Rose, but you didn't take care of your goddamn body. You didn't take care of your body. You didn't take care of your body. There's a lot of coaches that were hardcore. I want you to go look at Hoop Dreams. I want you to go look at that movie. Look at how William Gates' coach was. Look at how Arthur Agee's coach was. Them guys with no nonsense in the city of Chicago. They did not fuck around. They were making them guys run suicide after suicide. They didn't give a fuck if your shirt was wet, how hard you were breathing, if you about to die in that motherfucker. Man, that goddamn, man, fuck blue chips. Nick, no to your punk ass, man. You don't know shit about coaches. Now, they had real players in blue chips. This nigga want to bring up movies and shit. Nigga, I'm talking about real ass life, nigga. Nigga brought up blue chips. Fuck blue chips, man. Over there, giving that motherfucker tractor trailers and new houses and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Now, I like that movie because it shows what really goes on in not only just NCAA basketball, but as well as NCAA football. Want to be like KD, Bronny and Skinny, but KD works out though. That's okay to be Bronny and Skinny. Reggie Miller was Bronny and Skinny. Manute Bol was bony and skinny, but they were tough. Your genetic makeup is your genetic makeup. Victor Wembanyama, he put on 20 to 25 pounds or whatever. Your genetic makeup is, everybody ain't gonna be a goddamn LeBron and cut up, ripped and bulky and shit like that. Everybody got a different genetic makeup, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't have a problem with how KD looks or whatever, but he's still out there and he's still hooping or whatever. He done came up short a couple of times. Didn't like what happened to him. But one thing I will give KD, he's still out there, still being a force, still trying to do his thing. He hasn't been as successful since he left the Warriors and everything. But your genetic makeup is gonna be your genetic makeup. Everybody ain't gonna be a Shaquille O'Neal. You know what I'm saying? Everybody ain't gonna be 6'6" like MJ and shit and ripped up. You know what I'm saying? Everybody ain't gonna be 6'8". You know what I'm saying? Everybody ain't gonna, there's guys that got Barkley. Everybody ain't gonna be a Karl Malone that's 6'9", you know what I'm saying, in good tip-top shape. Everybody ain't gonna be a goddamn Kevin Willis, you know what I'm saying, like got very little body fat. Everybody ain't gonna be a goddamn Dennis Rodman nigga that's 6'8" and can outrun pretty much the whole entire goddamn league and got very, very low body fat percentage. That shit don't matter to me. What matters to me is what kind of heart you gonna put out. Everybody ain't gonna be, a Steph Curry, like I said earlier. But you are here now. This is your final stop right here. This is your final goddamn stop. And if LeBron James hear me, I don't give a fuck. If Bronny James hear me, I don't give a fuck. If Savannah hear me, I don't give a fuck. If Bryce hear me, any of the James fans, I don't give a fuck. I'm telling your ass, this is your final goddamn stop right here. That's it. You think any other team is gonna want you after this bullshit? No. What you're doing is and listen, what LeBron is doing is pretty much showing what they don't want on their roster. Okay? You could get mad, you could get in your feelings, you could be like, oh man, and all this other stuff. Go back and go listen to my older videos. I do want Bronny to make it, but not this way. You're going about it the wrong fucking way. The season is, you only got 2 more preseason games, and that's it. Now is the real. And guys are going to be hungry to light the Lakers up. They're going to be hungry to break down JJ Redick's horrible coaching style. Well, first off, Bronny had a chance to work out with them, but he chose not to. Now, for me to go ahead and get on Bronny right now I'm gonna go ahead and cook him on this. You don't got no goddamn options. You ain't at the talent level of a Anthony Edwards or SGA or Ja Morant. You're not a talent level of a Fred VanVleet. You're not a talent level of a De'Aaron Fox. You're not a talent. I'm talking about guards. No, he fucked that up. Yeah, you want to be on the Lakers. You want to be on a storied franchise that got expectations where you're going to be heavily criticized. And if you think that the average fan in person is bad, what do you think they're going to do on social media? They're going to light your ass up. Hell, you probably playing video games right now and they probably being like, man, you are trash. Man, listen, y'all Lakers fans are night and day. I can feel it night and they. Got me singing I'll Be Sure. Hey, if you're not playing right, I mean, they deserve to. But it's not gonna. It's not. Listen, if you, I do agree with Charles Barkley. Yeah, do you got to be patient? Yeah, you do got to be patient. But the thing about it is, where I gotta part ways with Charles Barkley on this is Lakers fans are not patient. Boston fans are not patient. Okay, uh, even Miami fans are not patient. Elite level teams that have championship expectations, they are not patient. So, I mean, it is what it is, man. And at this point, right now, this is what y'all want. This is what LeBron wanted. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna say the fans. I feel bad. I'm not gonna lie. I feel bad for hardcore Lakers fans like Ted, like Ticket TV, uh, like the Kareem Report, like Brandon Love Sports, like uh, Pastor Rufus. You know what I'm saying? I feel bad for those Lakers fans. You know what I'm saying? Like because those are guys that actually really do love the Lakers. Like the thing about it is guys will be arguing because they love the Lakers so bad is that they disagree on how to make the Lakers better. That's how much they love the Lakers. But the end game is that the fact that they love the Lakers. I feel bad for my brother T. Price. You know what I'm saying? I feel bad for these guys, man. You know what I'm saying? Now I don't know how they feel about us, how the Sixers fans and everything. But I feel bad for the Lakers, man. I feel bad for Lakers fans for what they're about to go through, what they've had to experience during this time, this whole experiment. You know, and it is a real life meaning. It's gotten so bad that some Lakers fans they they went ahead and opted out to be Clippers fans. It's like they're in a contract with the Lakers and they opted out and they they chose to be on another team. I feel bad. I feel bad for my best friend who's a Lakers fan. I feel bad for him. Yeah. I feel bad for him, man. And the thing about it too is it's only gonna get worse. Listen, can they be successful? I'm not gonna be delusional and act like the Lakers can't be successful. They could be successful, but they're not smart. They're all about entertainment. They're all about bravado. They're all about popularity. They're all about likes, views, clicks. They're all about clout, all that other stuff. Meanwhile, you got other teams that's not even really focused on that shit. New York Knicks ain't worried about that shit. Boston Celtics, they not worried about that shit. Y'all got teams that are slowly getting better on the back end. You know that y'all not even paying attention to, like the Orlando Magic. They're getting better. Of course, Memphis is going to be back. Like you look at Memphis right now, y'all talking about all this Bronny and first people not even really, to be honest with you. There's a lot of people that's really not excited about seeing Bronny and LeBron play together because it's like, well, dang, this is what's on display and all this other stuff. They're not, they're not excited about seeing that. More people are anxious to see Zach Edey and John Morant play together. More people are anxious to see how Victor Wembanyama is going to look. More people are anxious to see if Ant-Man's going to get his get back. So um, that's everything in a nutshell for me. Um, Make sure y'all like this video, share it, subscribe, hit them notifications. And straight to the point, sports and entertainment, man. I get at y'all later.